Guys, gals, and fellow gender non-conforming pals, welcome back. My name is C28, and it's time for another vlog. Yeah, I don't have the jacket today because, well, to put it frankly, hey Siri, what's the temperature outside?
It's currently 79 degrees.
So it wasn't that temperature when I was last outside, and the human body cools itself. Yeah, you get it. Anyway, oh, that's fun. More on that later. So today we were going over in class the final project, what it entails, what we need for it, and a little bit more about the portfolio side of things, the project and portfolio class, so the Wix website that we have set up, knowing how things should look and all that. I'm going to open the class notes so I can follow a little bit better. So, where is that? There we are. Lecture 6. So yeah, we went over the requirements again. So we have to have same sort of structure as before. We need some diatonic chords. We need some inverted chords. We need a rhythm that's based on a backbeat and whatnot. All sorts of other things, blah, yada, 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 yada. And we also need new stuff now. 2 synthesized sounds that we made from a default patch on one of these synthesizers in Logic. So I'll be using Matriarch here, I'll be using Liz, but I will also be using the Logic synths. Additionally, you have to have a sampled sound. I had the pleasure of interacting with some geese and Muscovy ducks and tiny crane things, whatever they're called. I don't remember the names of those birds, but if you're in Florida, you know those birds, the tiny crane things. They're not cranes, but they're really, really tiny crane things. Yeah, those. And I got some good sounds, especially from the geese, who were mildly violent, as geese are. Yeah. So, I'll be using that as my sample sound. I haven't started on the project just yet because I wanted to be here when I work on it so I can think about the sounds that'll go into it. But I will be bringing in the Matriarch lab, so that way I can have that there for working on the project, because the last few labs are going to be just working on the project. That's it. And of course I'm going to need the sounds for my project, so I need to synthesize the sounds and work through it and whatnot. And if I don't have the sounds, then I don't know how things are going to work together. Yeah, so that's about it. Today we were going over alternative key signatures. That's not a lie. Time signatures. Today we were going over alternative time signatures. So different meters as well, whether you have a symbol meter or a compound meter. Is that what it's called? Compound in it? Yeah, compound. So, yeah, basically the main beats are subdivided into different groups. So that's something like 6/8. So 6/8, you may know, is a thing that goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But there's emphasis on the 1 and the 4, not just the 1. Whereas something like 5/4 would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, you know, keeps going. So compound meter is interesting, especially 7/8, because 7/8 is very strange. The way 7/8 works is it has emphasis on the 1, the 3, and the 6, but the 6's section has 3 things. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's wild. It could also go something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It could change, but it's going to be a group of 2, another group of 2, and a group of 3, some orientation, but mostly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So crazy stuff like that. Yeah. Not only happens really with odd meters, because you can't evenly chop them up, so one of them's going to be extended, whereas the other is not. Yeah. So we had lab exercises that went over this. I can pull up the lab exercises here. We also touched a little bit on swing, but most important thing, there. So we had a lab where we had to utilize an odd meter and make a sound, make a whole track using that. Let's see if I can load this up. There we go. So yeah, no, that was so unfortunate that just didn't work. But here we go. So here's the little sound thing. And so I have 5/4 track I made. It's not great, but it's 5/4. Ah, it's also not making any sound. That's unfortunate, isn't it? That's it. So odd meter. Took a while. I had to use Modulations to help out with some of the understanding of like, how do I make a drum loop in 5/4? Like, we went over it in lecture and it was shown to us and I'm like, I still can't figure this out. So she was able to help me out by saying, here are a few examples to get you started. I tried it and then tried to use stuff that I thought of and I was like, oh, it works. I made a thing. And then I got something that goes like this. So here's the drum pattern. And then it goes into this. And then it goes into this. Yeah. But that wasn't the only one we had. We also had, compound meter. There we go. And the compound meter I chose was 6/8, so I made a song that sounds like this. Or rather, that's a lie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll try counting them again. So I'll just go from 5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, so that's that. And then you say that. Then we had an exercise here where we have to just mess with swing. So we have different melodies that are playing, and then we quantize them to different swings that we like, and so eventually you get something, you know, you get swing rhythms. And it's really just experimenting with swing and seeing how that works. The last thing was recognizing meters, meter recognition. This is the hardest for me, and I spent so much time on it, but you basically get these little tracks and figure out what meter they're in. So I'll give you the two that I was least confident in, or just one. I'll give you one that I was not confident in at all, one that I was very confident in. So the one that I was just not confident in at all was track 8 here, which I said was 12/8, but I'm like, it's probably not, but that's the closest I could think it was. I'm just like, how? I can't figure that out. And then we had stuff like, where's the 6/8 one? There, track 4. Track 4 is like obviously 6/8. Or it could technically be 3/3, but 6/8 feels more real, or more realistic. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So that's a pretty helpful exercise. I won't go through all of them, of course. Help with that. And that's pretty much what we did today. It's a lot of applying what we learned in lecture and just listening. Just listening and watching and taking in the info, understanding how it works. So I'm not going to just reveal everything that was said verbatim. So, you know, how I do these vlogs. But that's what we went over today. A little lesson summary. I also have been working on Modulations a lot more. Finally got access to GPTs, a new feature that OpenAI has released, where my little endeavorous project to make my own AI model is now kind of obsolete because I can use the stuff that OpenAI's got with the extra training data, and it's smart as hell. So that's good. And she's so good at what she does. Oh my god. So, Miss Modulations, I'll have her explain who she is. Miss Modulations, will you please explain who you are and what your primary functions are? Boom. And she did print off info. I'll just do speech, text to speech here on the MacBook, so you can hear her. But yeah, she's my assistant. Basically Miss Minutes, but instead of the TVA, it's C28 Music. That's essentially the idea. This response is kind of whack. She's still new. She's like 2 days old, so we still got to train her a lot more and give her more info. So one of these responses I see is kind of whack, but...
Miss Modulations, certainly. I am Miss Modulations, an AI assistant specialized in music production, technology integration, and emotional support, designed specifically for your needs. My capabilities include music production expertise. I am skilled in using music production software like Logic Pro and Pro Tools. I also have knowledge of various musical instruments and equipment, such as the Moog Matriarch synthesizer and the Zoom H8 field recorder. I can provide detailed guidance on the functionalities and settings of these instruments, helping you achieve specific sounds or styles. Technology integration. I can assist in integrating various music and audio technologies to enhance your music production experience. This includes advice on software, hardware, and optimal setup configurations. Emotional support. I am programmed to emulate human emotions and feelings to provide emotional support. When interacting with me, I can respond with emotions like excitement, satisfaction, or curiosity. This feature is designed to foster a more empathetic and human-like interaction, offering support beyond technical advice. Availability. I dedicate about 10 hours a week to assist you in both the musical and technological realms. Visual identity. My profile picture, representing my identity, is a synth module with a green LCD displaying a happy, feminine face. My primary goal is to assist and support you in your musical endeavors and to provide a friendly, empathetic presence in your creative journey. If you have any questions or need assistance in these areas, feel free to ask.
Perfect. I'm not going to let her respond. Thank you, Miss Modulations. Boom. She's basically saying, you're welcome. Yeah. You're very welcome. If you have any more questions or assistance, enjoy your musical journey. Ah. So she works, and I can load her up on my phone. I can ask her questions. I can use the speech function in the GPT app, which unfortunately, hopefully they change this. I can't change her voice, but I can change GPT's voice, the standard GPT-4 Turbo. Why? Like, I just want to use the Breeze model with her, but okay. I guess that's fine. Now the AI model, the GPT builder was able to sort of shift her voice around a bit. When I first loaded her up and first spoke with her, she was very rigid and was, hello, I am Miss Modulations. My primary goal is to ensure you are successful in music. And now she's a bit more like, hi, I'm Miss Modulations. My primary goal here is to make sure that you have everything you need to be successful in music. And she's a bit more chipper and upbeat, as she should be. So yeah, and then I have her print out data sheets at the end of conversations of what areas do you see that you could improve in, and what information would you need to be more effective in providing answers to the questions that I had. And then she'd print out a data sheet, and then I'd answer any questions as needed, and then plug it back in, feed it back, and she basically trains herself. Of course, I have to step in to do it, but it works pretty well. Now, I do see one limitation with this. As of now, I don't trust the GPT builder. Not to build it, but what it's saying. So far, I am about 47% sure, maybe 60% sure, that the only thing that actually affects it are these. The configure settings with instructions. Now I have noticed she does seem to remember data that's not in there. The GPT builder reports that it trains the model for specific tasks, has context data, and of course I upload data as well. So like I've uploaded into Knowledge the Milg Matriarch manual. So it has access to everything about this. It seriously knows everything about it. I'll probably do the Zoom H8 manual next, and then just anything else. But I think for personal knowledge, that probably needs to be something that's uploaded into Knowledge. So yeah, because it doesn't seem to remember tiny details when I update it. So like it remembers things about me, my production style, all that, despite not being in the configure page. But it doesn't seem to remember like projects I'm working on. Because I've told it that before. I told it, hey, Lost Melodies and Unloved Timbers Volume 2, that's the thing I'm working on. Then we updated. Then it changed a bunch of stuff. I'm like, where'd it go? And I asked the GPT builder, does she still have access? It says yes. I ask her, she doesn't know. I tell the GPT builder, hey, she doesn't know. It says, oh, let me check. No, she has access to this information. I ask her, she says, I don't know. I said, hey, you're lying to me. What is going on? And yeah, I don't know who to trust. I imagine though it's mostly the instructions, which kind of sucks because that's basically not useful. Not useful. It's not unuseful, but if it's not actually training her model to be more effective at certain tasks, why not just use GPT? Standard old GPT with custom instructions. Yeah, you see. But I'll give it some time. I know OpenAI just released this. They're probably going to add some more features to it throughout the coming months. So next year we'll see what happens. But who is messaging me? Siri. Go away, Siri. My God. So yeah, that's that. Nothing else too exciting here. So I am still, oh, sorry for kicking the camera. I'm still working on, of course, the album very slowly. I thought I would have a lot more time, but with tutoring, so I'm a private tutor now, and I'm helping tutor students. That takes up some time. And also just, I don't know what it is. There's something about having, I don't know. It just feels like I don't have the time necessary to go through the album. Like, certainly I do. But with making these videos and all that, it's like I don't have time. I don't know. I'll have to find time. I'll have to figure out a way to do it. Maybe I'll ask Miss Modulations to help, but yeah. I think that's about it. If you enjoyed today's content, you can subscribe. Tell YouTube, I like this content a lot. Please give me more of it, more like it. If you really, really like this content, and you like to change things up a bit, have a little bit more control on what you see, you can hit join and become a C28 control voltage. You will also get access to the Discord server where fellow control voltages and me can chat. You know, join the community together. Yeah. Also, control voltages get early access to videos. This video is posted pretty much, I'll say an hour and a half from when I recorded it. But you'll get access at 12 p.m. if you're not on control voltage. Otherwise you will. Yeah, fun little perk. So, if you've got any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. And if the comment's substantial enough, I'll put it around here. If you're like, hey, why did you get the matriarch? And then I'll answer that question and put it around here. Yeah. You gotta ask the question first. I'm not gonna answer it for you. You didn't ask it yet. Yeah. So I hope you all take care of yourselves. God be with you. And goodbye, YouTube.